Okay, in preparation for putting Blaylock's Switchblade Turbo on the D9, I'm going to install a boost gauge and put it in the camera, and then I'll film it and show you what kind of boost this thing makes. Then when we put the Switchblade Turbo on, you'll be able to see the improvement. So what I got to do is take that big plug out of the manifold there and install a bushing from that 1/2-inch pipe thread down to 1/8-inch pipe thread. So I'm going to do that now. Anyway, we tried to loosen this the other day. Oh, that's 7/8. 7/8, Jeff. Anyway, we thought that maybe this would be really in there, that it hadn't been removed for almost 50 years, but it actually came out pretty good, and doesn't have any sealant on the threads, which is, I don't really care for that. Okay, normally with a brass bushing you don't need pipe tape, but I'm going to use it anyway because I want it to seal. Make sure it seals good so there's no variables between testing this turbo and the Switchblade. So I'm going to put some tape on it. Anyway, I'm not gonna use any tape where you're brass on brass, like this little adapter. I hope you can see all this. Brass on brass should seal okay. I don't think we need tape on it. But whereas going into that cast manifold, I wanted it to seal. This is all brand new stuff, so this shouldn't be a problem. So you've got this hole for the light, small hole there, small hole here, and then some kind of slit here. So I'm just going to put duct tape over that. Some Gorilla tape. I want to keep this clean in case I use it in old canny or whatever, because I like these. This is a VDO gauge. They're pretty gauges. Very nice, very expensive. So what I'm thinking is mount it under this flange right here, like that. Ooh, look at that. Boost! Now you can see it. Yeah. Kate, sounds tough already. Boom, boom. Okay, now we got to figure out how to route the hose. That's next. sit girl looking they help they had a girl up in her own draw up yeah green in her lip in her own let's go. Oh, it's a lovely Idaho morning. It's been raining here quite hard this morning. We're gonna go ahead and go to work. This is basically blow sand, and then once we get down deeper, it gets into kind of a heavy clay. But as you can see behind me over there on the mountains, we got some snow. That's been there now for over a week. Things are getting cold here. Yep. But what we're doing is we're back down here in American Falls, and last year they had a serious water problem, and so we're digging a pond here to take the storm runoff. And then we dug a pond over there by the power poles, and I showed you that in the video. And then we've dug the ditch deeper along the road between their property and the farmer's field out there, because last spring the water came off his field and came in across the road and flooded him. So I've made the ditch deeper, and I've built a dike there to keep his water out. So we're going to keep digging on that today. Got the fuel truck running. We're going to do some fueling. Okay, on the right hand side is the ditch that we're going to have to dig out, and we've got to make the water run to the east, which it doesn't like to do here in Idaho. Okay, we're getting on the tail end of it now. The ditch is getting pretty deep here. Okay, you can see behind the cat how big it is. But we're going to cut a pipe across the road behind the scraper there and run it over to your right hand side into the pond that we've dug. Okay, this is where I'm dumping the material out here. I'm building them a staging area. Okay, this is our hole that we dug here. We dug it down far enough that they're going to be able to get about, there'll probably be about 3.5 feet of water in there. And then we've got a pond on the other side and a dike between that farmer's field and their ditch, so that can't flood again. Got the grader loaded up to head back to the Pokey Airport, to their facility there, to fix the drainage ditches on that before it storms again. And then this is our ditch that we dug here on this side. And what we're going to do here is, because this heads east, it's uphill, so we had to go pretty deep. Anyway, it's just a flat ditch, flat bottom ditch. And then right in here we'll cut the road and we'll go through with a 24-inch culvert to direct the water over there. But the reason this doesn't look absolutely pretty is the property line is right up there at the top, right up here at the top of this, and so we had to pull the posts out, and we kind of cheated and we had to slope that down a little. And then I took some of this heavy clay out of the bottom and dumped it up there, and then took the grader and rolled it over. So we've got heavy clay up there and then down here, and then this slope is all blow sand. So I'm hoping this doesn't fill full of sand and plug it up. So let me take you over and show you these fans. Since it's blowing so hard today, the fans are running. Okay, these are the fans. You can feel it's sucking air up through here. See, it's got that tarp pulled down pretty damn tight. That ain't going anywhere. Unfortunately, they didn't clean up any of this mess here, so I couldn't grade any of it away. So we talked about this 2 months ago and nothing ever seems to happen. So I'm hauling the grader out. They want me to come back. They can pay me to haul that sumbitch back down here. I ain't doing it for free no more. So, adios. So let's take this up there and get it on the scale, see what it weighs. The other day I scaled the trailer alone. It was 51,800 empty. Truck and trailer. Okay, with the grader on, I'm 96,600. 96.6. So minus 51.8 from that. Can't do the math in my head. Okay, 96,600. Step into my office. Let's run a little what if here. Okay, the grader apparently weighs 44,800 pounds. That's quite a bit heavier than the book says it is. Of course, it always is. Always works out that way. got the 505 on wheels under the sheet here. I welded those wheels on. Got it off the table. And I got the operating table for old Kenny done. This is patient number 1693. And it's a caterpillar. It's a cat. And so old Kenny is not on there because I got emergency surgery outside I got to take care of. Out just right. And we got some serious issues here. I'll show you. Okay, check this out. It ain't supposed to look like that. That's gone. Anyway, things are fucked up. Okay, this is where you burn the crap out of yourself trying to do this. Okay, more shit in there. Jeez, I'm gonna put that in tight. I'm gonna bash my head doing this, slip off. Oh, Jesus. Holy crap. Oh, Lord. How in the hell could you possibly put that in that tight? Let's get the impact. That's ridiculous. Jesus. Okay, here we go. Maybe this time we'll get some freaking power on it. Oh, jeez. Let's cry. Oh. Finally. Okay, here comes the part where you burn the tar out of yourself. Whoa! Nice drain plug, huh? All or nothing. See? There's no way around it. You're taking a bath. I put a glove on, but they don't go far enough. Still take a bath.